Congratulations, welcome, namaste, good day to dear all honorable, respected delegates, dignitaries, researchers, and dear audience. Once again, we are in 5-day international virtual workshop. Today is the third day on research skills. International, jointly organized by International Research Academy of Science and Art, IRASA, IRSA, Belgrade, Serbia, Kate Comorin Trust, India, Lavender Literary Club, India. I would like to first introduce our first speaker. I think first speaker, Mr. Professor Simeon Peter is not here. So I will invite our second speaker, that is Dr. Tepsi, but I will give a brief intro about her first. Yeah. Dr. Tepsi, you are here. Okay. Dr. Tepsi Nagpal, affiliate Lingaya Vidyapeeth, Faridabad. Her education and academic experience has provided her with a variety of significant insights into engineering curriculum in terms of academic, research, and industry sectors over the past 11 years of teaching. She is posted as an associate professor computer science and information technology at Lingaya's Vidyapeeth at Faridabad, also working as research and PhD coordinator of university. In her early career, she served as the following: received a letter of appreciation for being a resource person for the training session conducted by Training, Learning and Development Department of the International Internship University. Next, worked as session chair, keynote speaker, technical events organizer, such as seminars, workshops, FDPs, and technical conferences, and review in a top IEEE, Elsevier and Springer journals. Granted 4 and published 3 international patents. Bestowed with Women in Science and Innovation of the Year 2022. Guided 2 PhD scholars under her supervision. Published 11 research articles in peer-reviewed journals and presented several research papers both in national and international conferences. Given research exposure on her PhD research area in independent study course for BTech, third-year students at Thapar University, Patiala, prepared video lecture for Transformer Force, part of AC Machines subject at Thapar University, Patiala. Taken initiative of Advanced Technical Skills Development Center, ATSDC in MRIU campus, and given full semester January 2013 to June 2013 training on power system reliability and machine learning to the students of all disciplines as additional inputs. Worked as a senior engineer at ABBB Limited Hardware, where she achieved incoming components percentage FPY to 98.0%. Reviewer of maiden edition in IEEE Dalton 2022. Finally, awarded with Women in Science and Innovation Award for the year 2022. Here, I take great pleasure in welcoming Dr. Tepsi Nagpal. Welcome, Doctor. You may on your camera, Doctor. Yes. Welcome. You are muted, I think. You are muted.
Yeah.
Oh.
Is it fine now?
Yeah. You are loud and clear.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much. Actually, I was on the way to my home.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Tapsi ma'am,
Yes, ma'am.
Extra ma'am, Dr. Simon is also joined us.
So so shall we allow Dr. Simeon to speak first, or what, Dr. Sailaja?
Yes, we can discuss with Dr. Seaman, and if he's ready, then we can start with Dr. Seaman.
Is it okay, Dr. Tepsi? Dr. Simeon, are you?
Yes, ma'am. I have no problem, as you wish.
Thank you so much, because I've introduced you already. That's why I got to ask you. But it's
Oh,
okay.
it's fine.
Yeah, Professor Dr. Simeon Peter, are you ready to present? Are you ready to present? I can't hear you. Professor Simeon?
Sir, mute yourself. Sir, unmute yourself.
Unmute, please. Professor, please unmute. We can't hear you, Professor. Can you please?
Am I audible now?
Yes, I can hear you. Are you ready to present?
Yes,
Okay.
I'm ready.
Okay, can you give me a few minutes? I will give an introduction for you first. Welcome, Dr. Professor Simeon Peter Olusola Jileyi. I don't know how to pronounce, sorry. Deputy Reigning Monarch of UKA, Global Vice Chancellor, Professor Research and Archbishop, IT Consultant, Climate Change Solution Consultant, Certified Global Mentor, International Speaker with versatility in different fields of life, Grassroots Global University, Office of Vice Chancellor, United Kingdom. We welcome you, Professor Simeon. Kindly proceed with your presentation. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah. First and foremost, I would like to appreciate the organizer of this program. It gave me privilege to present on research today. Actually, I was supposed to have joined ahead of now, but I've been battling with my system. I don't know what is wrong with it. So I have to just come and join via my mobile. So as a result, I won't be able to do a screen presentation. So sorry for that. But I shall do my presentation.
Don't worry, sir.
No, what? Yeah.
Sir, our team will share your PPT. Please share your PPT on my WhatsApp.
Yeah, Professor. Because
Or
okay, I'll do that.
Yeah.
I can quickly do that now. Let me send to your WhatsApp.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. That will be great, because it's a long presentation. We are just going to talk, and a lot will not be. It's difficult to retain that much of information. Yeah.
Yeah, I have sent it to your WhatsApp, please.
Great. Thank you.
So I think I can proceed now. I've sent to your WhatsApp. So
Yeah. Professor, just give a minute. Let Dr. Sailaja's admin share the screen. Or you need to share now, or just when you want to share the screen, you just say, please share the screen, and they will share the screen. You want to start to talk first, or straight away share the screen?
Yes, our team members will share the screen within 5 minutes.
Okay.
Yes, Tito sir, have you received PPT?
Yes, ma'am. I have received. Within 2 minutes, I will share.
Okay, thank you.
Great, great. Amazing. Yes. We have such a good presentation. We almost missed it. So, Professor, you may begin your presentation.
okay, man. Yeah, yeah. A very good morning to each and every afternoon from here to each and every one of us. Today, I am to speak on the type of research information sources which we have. Type of research information sources that we have under the topic research. Now, under research information, many people have been wondering that how do I source for information for this my research work? Especially many students, many scholars, many thesis writer, PhD writer, maybe the time you want to do your research work or whatever. It has been a bottleneck for many. How?
I think he's disconnected. We'll give him a few minutes to come back. Professor.
Yeah, so sorry.
Welcome, welcome, Professor, because it's normal, technical issues. So please proceed.
Yeah,
I think
it's my so sorry. Yeah, it's my network from my hand. Yeah.
yeah.
So as I was saying,
1 minute,
yeah,
1 minute.
yeah.
The admin, please go back to the first slide, please.
So I'm going. So as I was saying, many students they find it difficult to source their information. They find it so difficult to source information. So today, I have come here to break it down, how to actually source for the right information concerning research. So how do we source for research information? How do you source for research information? Which type of information sources do we have? And how do we go about them? How do we break it down? How can students overcome the fear of sourcing for information in their research work or in their research writings? And that is the essence of today's presentation. So now I am moving to two types of research information sources. There are two ways whereby we can source for research information. The first way is what we call primary sources. Primary sources. We need to understand this type of sources very well and understand how to differentiate between them. Once a student, maybe an MSc degree student or PhD degree student or BSc degree student, whatever level, in as much that you are a research student or academician, you must understand what we call the difference between primary and the secondary sources. So the two types of information sources under research is primary sources and secondary sources. Now, what are research primary sources? How do we explain research primary sources? Because many people are confused about what they understand by primary sources of research information. Now, primary sources are original documents. I can call it your original work. Your original work. Like, for example, let's assume I am an author. I want to write a book. Now, my own direct story about the book I'm writing, my own direct experiences about what I am writing, that is primary source. Why? We call it primary source because it is the direct source from the author, from the owner, and it is the original work of the person. It's beyond a personal person. It's beyond a personal person. Maybe in my next slide, I will be able to explain better. But primary source are just produced at the time of an event, without interpretation, no commentary, no addition, no suppression. It is just that original work, that paperwork. Then I have some examples of primary sources that we can look at today. Number one, and note in this next slide, the example I'm listing here, they can be primary, at times secondary, but I'm speaking on the primary perspective of these listed examples here. Now, when we are talking of books or monographs, you know, when we're talking of book, if it is my own, if it is from me, if I am the source, if I am the author, for me, it is a primary source of information. The same thing, journal or articles. That's another example. Journal or article. If I'm the one that authored the article, journal articles, if I authored the journal, like the article, I'm the one that authored it, that wrote it, that composed the write-up, whatever, then it is a primary source to me. Now, another one is magazine article. If I am the one that wrote the magazine, if the magazine is sourced from me direct, then to me, it is a primary source. Another one is a newspaper article. If I pick direct from a direct newspaper news, it is a source, it's a primary source to me. Then I can pick from internet primarily, it's a primary source. I can pick from a report that I wrote by myself, it's a primary source. I can pick from a letter written by me, it's a primary source. I can pick and make use of my own personal photographs, then it becomes a primary source. I can pick thesis written by me, then it is a primary source to me. Then I can pick poems that are written and composed by myself, it's a primary source. Or from a parent of mine, it's a primary source. Then I can pick a patent which belongs to me or my family, is still a primary source to me. There are some ways these other same things, some of them can be secondary, but I can explain to us today when it will become secondary. In the next slide, before I can explain when it will become secondary, what are secondary sources? We need to understand what secondary sources actually meant. You know, secondary sources, they are different, like they are sources that interpret or analyzes primary sources. Like now, if I want to further expatiate, if I want to expatiate on the listed primary sources, then it has become secondary. If I want to interpret my primary source of information, it has become secondary source. Do you understand? So the event I described now before, I will try to remove some and that I described in the former event example that I listed. I want to bring in those that actually meant for primary, for secondary source and primary source through my next slide. What are examples of secondary sources? Like, look at biographies now. If it is a biography of myself, then that is a primary source. Now, if I'm reading a biography of somebody, like interpreting a biography of somebody, it has linked from primary source to secondary source. Like if I'm interpreting I may get biography of, let's say, a president of a country, and I try to interpret that biography. Then once it has been interpreted or expatiated upon, then it has shifted from primary source to secondary source. Now, the same thing is applicable to books or monogram. If interpreted, then it has become secondary. Electronic databases, if interpreted, it has become secondary. Dictionaries, if interpreted, it has become secondary. If I visit encyclopedia, it has become secondary. Histories, secondary. And books that is not written by me, secondary. Review articles, they are secondary. Textbooks, that is a secondary source. It is not written by me, that I pick from somewhere. You understand? Any indices is a secondary. And any bibliography used to locate primary sources. We can use some bibliography to locate primary sources. Then it has become secondary source. In my next slide, you will see I want to compare or differentiate between primary and secondary sources in the next slide. Now, look at it now. There is a kind of samples that I want to use for differentiation in the next slide. Now, first one is on arts. On arts. When we look at arts when we are talking of, we have artists, we have many people that are into art, whatever. Now, how do we know that this art is a primary source or secondary source? Like if I want to write a research and I want to source information from artwork. Now, the original artwork now, everybody understands the original artwork. That is the primary source of information. I think we are getting it. Then the secondary source of information becomes an article critiquing the piece of that art. Like, I made an original artwork, or an artist made an original artwork. This is the primary source of information. Now, if I want to now write, let's say somebody now wrote up that, I want to write an article on this original artwork that somebody authored. Then once I'm writing an article expatiating on that particular original artwork, then it has become a secondary source. Another example is on engineering. If you say patents belong to somebody, maybe a company or an individual like that. That's a primary source. You have your rightful ownership over a particular engineering invention or whatever. You understand? Now, once we now say Darwin's patent index, the index of that patent, or let me say Professor Simeon patent index. So once I begin to write index about that particular patent, it has been shifted from primary source to secondary source. Then another, if under E3, for example, in E3, okay, for example, I want to write history about, I want to source information about the history of the United States of America. Now, if I want to source for history from United States of America, then I will first go to the United States of America Constitution. That Constitution is a private documentation. It belongs to the United States government. They cannot amend it. Nobody can amend it. It is their own. Then it becomes a direct, original, primary source. Do you understand? So it becomes a direct source, which is original source, which is a primary source. The real Constitution of the United States of America. You can even go to the internet to download it on their website. You cannot change it. It belongs to them. It belongs to the government. That is the primary source. If I'm getting information from the U.S. government direct from the real Constitution is their own, is the primary source of information. Then, if I now decide that as an author, I have studied the Constitution of the United States of America, and I want to write a book about the Constitution of the United States of America. That book that I'm writing about the Constitution becomes a secondary source of information. Now, it may not be me. I may need to source for additional information on my own research work. I will go online and look for who has written the United States of America Constitution. Has somebody written a book about the United States of America Constitution before? Has somebody written a book about U.S. Constitution before? If I can find that book and I search for information from that book, then it becomes a secondary source of information. Then I move to science, which is another sample. Like under science now, every scientific research, scientific facts are original journal article of the real researcher or inventor or author, patent owner. So now, if I get the original article about that particular product or fact, then if any information I source from that original article has become a primary source. Then if I now try to look for biological abstracts about that particular article, like for example, biological abstracts of a particular journal article, if I try to look for that, then it is no longer a primary source. It has become a secondary source, which I may get from any other person who is different from the original owner or original author of that particular article. So now with my samples, we can see how primary source is being differentiated from secondary source. And in my next slide, that took me to how do I now select the right source? How will you select the right source of information when you are writing an article, a thesis, a research work? How do you now select your information arise? Many people don't know how to select the right information. Maybe because of the lack of the knowledge of the kind of sources of information that are available. Now, that will take us to the next slide. The next slide means selection actually, before you can select anything, it depends on the topic you are writing about. You know, you must understand the theme of what you are writing or the topic of what you are writing about. You know, if you don't understand the topic, what do you want to do? There is nothing you can do. So you understand, okay, this is a particular topic I'm writing about, or they may give it to you maybe as an assignment from the school, from the university, that, okay, as a project, okay, write a project on a particular topic. So the topic will determine the type of information that you will be needing. You understand? It will determine the type of information that you will need, and it will also determine the type of information that is available. You understand? Now, for example, let's assume you need complete information about the topic you are given in school as a student, or information about the research work that you are about to embark on. Then, if you need current information, how do you source that current information? Where do we get current information from? Then you can try newspaper. You know, newspaper will give you immediate information about something per date. You understand? Okay, I need information of today. Let's assume I want to write on currency exchange. Then I must quote today's date. That at present, US against my country local currency is so. US against Indian rupee, it's also so amount. Then I must look at a paper, a newspaper, a current newspaper, daily news, that actually speak about the current information, the current exchange rates, to source the right information from. I try the websites, the World Wide Web, you know, that's what I mean by www. You know, you can try the website, you can Google it and say, today, what is the exchange rate between Indian rupees and US dollar today on 15th of July, 20, you know, even if you try to search on Google, many people used to miss it because they are using the wrong keywords. And that is the reason why it is very, very important you understand the concept of selection, selecting the right information. Now, if you're selecting the right information, like current information now, you should know that you must put the date. Today's date. Current information. You can even put the time as of now. Then you'll be able to know, let me put this current information about US. You will be in India, for example, and you want to get current information about US. You go to the website. You do either you use the make use of the search engine, either Google or whatever. Then ask your question. Quote today's date and the particular time you want to get the current information from. Then once you quote the information, then you'll be able to give the right answer or get the right responses. So that is about that one. Then the next one is scholarly articles. Like, let's say you need a scholarly article. You need information about scholarly articles. When you need information about scholarly articles, then what do you need to try? If you want to source information, I need articles from scholars. The right place to look for or source for information is you try journal. When you look at a journal, then you will get articles about the scholars. You know, that is where the scholars used to put their articles. That's where they put their articles. When you look at journals about a particular topic, about a particular event, then you get the right article. You understand? Then, in addition to that, you move to popular interest articles. Let's say you need popular interest, like you want to get articles on popular interest of people. Then you should know that where you can source for that information is from a magazine. Magazine will carry the interest of many people together. You understand? You get popularity, popular votes. And this is what this person is talking about this. This is what this person is talking about this. Different people, different authors. They will write in a magazine and you get popular interest. Another one, let's say under your topic, you need lot of organized information. You want information in a well-organized way. In a well-organized way. Then for you to get information in a well-organized way, then what you will do in a nutshell is to look for either a book that is written about that information or an encyclopedia. You know, let's use encyclopedia as a sample. Encyclopedia is a book that is well organized and detailed according to topics, according to subtopics, sections. So if that is the kind of information you need to source for, then that is the right place you can get it. You can select what you need from. So that's why I said if you need organized information, visit the encyclopedia or a book. Then if you need to find article citations, like what is the citations about a particular thing? Maybe you want to quote citation about something like that. So then there is no place you can get citation than to look for index or a database. You understand? So when we have all this in mind, we'll be able to understand how to select and write. If you don't have all this in mind, then you cannot select and write. Now, I want to pick them one after the other. Let's assume you want to use a book in the next slide now. Let's assume you want to use a book to source for information. Now, when you are looking for lots of information on a topic,
Do you understand what I'm trying to say? Like, in which situation do you use a book? In which condition do you use a book? That is when you need a lot of information on a particular topic. Look for a book that is written about that topic to source for your information. Another point is, if you want to put your topic in context with other important issues, like there are other important issues that you want to put your topic in context with, then you use a book. If you want to find historical information, you use a book. You cannot tell me you are looking for this historical information and you are going online. You will not get it right. Use a book when you are looking for historical information. There are some books that is written particularly on that history. And that is how you can select right and sort right. Then if you want to find summaries of research to support an argument, use a book. It will help you, because some people have written book on it, they've summarized about it. Then you are looking for a summary of research to support your own arguments, look for a book. Then another point here is, in the next slide, is when do you use an encyclopedia? When is it appropriate to use an encyclopedia? Number one, when looking for background information on a topic. Like, you know, you want to write, you want to author a book, or you want to do a research work or whatever. You need background information about that particular topic. So the right place to look for or to go to is encyclopedia. When you are trying to find key ideas, important dates, and or concepts, go to encyclopedia. You understand? You go to encyclopedia. Then, in addition to that, when will you make use of what are the characteristics of general and subject-specific encyclopedia? You know, we have general encyclopedia and we have subject-specific encyclopedia in my next slide. So, under that general encyclopedia, that's the two types of encyclopedia that we have. We have general, and we have general encyclopedia, and we have subject-specific encyclopedia. So if it is general provides concise overviews on wide range of topics. Wide range. But if it is subject-specific encyclopedia, it contains in-depth information focusing on one field of study. You know, it will focus on that field itself. And that is what makes it subject-specific. You understand? So you don't just go to encyclopedia and be looking for something when you don't know the type of encyclopedia that you need to search for. If you are looking for general overview on wide range of topics, then go for general encyclopedias. Then if you are looking for in-depth information that's focused on that field of study that you want to write your research on, then go for subject-specific encyclopedia. Now, we have characteristics of general and subject-specific encyclopedia on my next slide. There are characteristics of general and subject-specific encyclopedia. Number one is encyclopedia article give background information. You will get background information or about any research. And with this, you will become a very good research person. You become experts. You know, there are some students that used to lobby, they will give out research work to some expert to help them write. No, let students themselves carry out the research. Once you understand how to source right, you will get it. So encyclopedia article will give you background information about whatever subject you need to write on or to make research on. Then encyclopedia article also include bibliographies, like cited works of some people. You understand? Work that some people have cited. You can find it there too. Also, encyclopedia article provide information to help you narrow your topic. Like you want to narrow your topic to a specific subject, encyclopedia will help you. Those are the characteristics of encyclopedia. So I try to explain about the use of a book and the use of when to use a book and when to use encyclopedia. And I've given you the type of encyclopedia and the type and the characteristics of general and subject specific encyclopedia. And I told us that the general encyclopedia give background information generally about an information. Even you can get bibliography, you can also get cited work. But if you are looking for subject specific, encyclopedia will help you to provide narrow information about your topic. That is subject specific. You understand? And this will take me to the next slide. I want to talk of when do you use, in which scenario do you use a handbook? When should you use a handbook? Handbook is talking about factual information to answer a specific question. I'm looking for a question to a problem. You use handbook just to verify the data or to solve the problem in that subject area. Any written handbook in that subject area can be used. You understand? Then, when can you use a journal? In which condition should you use a journal? I have told us before, I am saying it again. Anytime you want to use a journal, anytime or the only time you will be needing a journal is when you are doing scholarly research. You know, research like research that needs information from the scholars. Then use journal. When you want to find out what have been studied before on your topic, like some people have carried out some studies on that particular topic, go for journal. When you are finding bibliographies that point to other relevant research, go for journal. I think my time is moving fast. Let me move to the next slide. When do you use a magazine? When should a researcher use a magazine? You should use magazine only when you are finding information or opinions about popular culture, like popular interests, general interest, popular interests. Then you make use of magazine to source your information. Then another time that you will make use of magazine is when you are trying to find up-to-date information about current events. Up-to-date information about current events, you can use magazine as well. Then if you are finding general article for people who are not necessarily specialists about the topic, you can find, you can use a magazine. Then I move to the next slide. When do you use a newspaper? When is the right time to use a newspaper? If you are finding current information about international, national, and local events. I mentioned it the other time. International events, national events, local events, then make use of your newspaper. We have daily newspaper, you know, they are being produced per day. So make use of the newspaper. Then when another condition to use newspaper is when you are finding editorials, editorials, commentaries, expert or popular opinions as well. You can use newspaper. Then the next slide, when do you use a database or index? When do you use a database or index? That is when you want to find articles on your topic in magazines, journals, or newspapers. You can look for the database of that magazine, database of that journal, database of that newspaper, or index of that magazine, index of that journal, or index of that newspaper. So if you want to find article on your topic in them, then you can make use of index to trace them, or database. Then finally, when did you use the World Wide Web, www? When? I told us it's just like newspaper as well. When you want to find current information, you will get it via the website, either through search engine, Google, Yahoo, Bing, and so on and so forth. Then finally, if you are making use of World Wide Web, you are at your own risk. You are at your own risk. Making use of World Wide Web, you are at your own risk. Why? Because you can go there to pick patent information or to pirate, and you can be charged for piracy if you are not very careful. You don't just go and pick information and source on the World Wide Web without verifying whether you are free to make use of that information, or you ask from the author whether you are free or they give you permission. If you are not given permission to make use of the information and you went to make use of it, then you have breached a law. That's copyright law. You understand? So it's at your own risk. You can pick somebody information and they sue you to court on copyright charge. So that is what those are the things that I need us to understand perfectly on information sources. Today we've discussed on research information sources, and in summary we discussed about two types of research information sources, and which are the primary sources and the secondary sources. And I've told us in a nutshell, or in conclusion, or in summary, that primary source of information is that information that is the original source of information, the original artwork, the original patent, the original constitution, the original article. And I told us that it becomes secondary if you have worked on the original information, or expatiated on or interpreted the primary source. If you interpret the primary source, you have turned the source of information to secondary. Or let me say, if you pick from an already interpreted information which is different from the original source, then that means you are sourcing from a secondary source. And I've given us different examples and comparison. So thank you very much for the privilege for today. I am very, very grateful for the team who organized this wonderful program. I really appreciate. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Professor Simeon Peter, for this amazing, it's excellent presentation. Your PowerPoint is very clear, with your, clearly articulated facts. And and it's very impactful. You have covered all the 5 important topics under types of research information sources, which is a primary source and secondary source. What are the research? What is research primary sources? And you listed about 11 examples of primary sources. What are secondary sources? And you listed out examples of secondary sources. Then you show the difference between primary and secondary source of information for us to understand clearly how to, then you went on to how to select the right information, which is the concept of information when to use a book, encyclopedia, which is there's 2 types, general and subject specific encyclopedias, when to use handbook, journals, magazines, newspapers, database and index, and World Wide Web, www. And a professor, I'm very sure every one of us can understand what you have presented very well. Thank you so much for your wonderful presentation. Professor Simeon Peter, let's, dear audience, now we shall move on. Is there any questions, please? The floor is open for questions. If there's any questions, please raise your hand. You can click on the raise of hands at the bottom. You can click on the icon available. Yeah, I think Professor Simeon, your presentation is too clear. Yeah, because I normally use a PowerPoint presentation and I find that yours is so clearly stated. That's why all our audience, I think they understand, and there's no question raised. So now we shall move on. Yeah, thank you, Professor Simeon Peter, again. We love to have you again in our another section. Thank you so much. And in spite of the technical glitches, you managed to deliver a wonderful speech today. Thank you. Dr. Tapsi Nakpal, are you ready to present yours? Welcome.
Yes, ma'am, I'm
Please
ready.
carry on.
Thank you so much for the nice
Yes.
introduction, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Ma'am, should I share my PPT?
Yeah, please go ahead, Doctor.
Sure, ma'am. Ma'am, is it visible?
Please maximize your screen slide presentation so we can see it.
Sure, ma'am. Yeah, I'm maximizing it.
Yeah. Yes.
I guess it is visible now.
Yes, very visible and clear. You are audible as well. Go ahead.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. Good evening, everyone present on this platform. I am very thankful to the organizers for giving me an opportunity to speak on this platform. Today, I will be talking on the topic recent trends in multidisciplinary research. See, research is a backbone of every individual, I must say, right? And multidisciplinary research, I guess it must be, the key to success. When all the disciplines they integrate, they join together, we get the benefits from each discipline. Now, what is multidisciplinary research? It refers to a joint approach which combines the knowledge, the methodologies from various disciplines such that the complex problems are being solved, new areas of inquiry are being explored. What are the key elements of multidisciplinary research? Collaboration. Now, the researchers from different disciplines they work together so that their expertise and their different approaches regarding a research project they are brought to the picture. Then integration. Various disciplines they combine together and along with them their theories, their methodologies and their approaches also combine together and new solutions are views are being generated. Next is problem oriented. Now, what is the focus of multidisciplinary research? It focuses on addressing the real world problems such that they require a complete understanding from all the angles. Knowledge exchange. The research process involves sharing and exchanging of the knowledge, ideas, and the methodologies across various disciplines. Now, what is the importance of multidisciplinary research? It allows for a complete understanding. As I already told you, it allows us a complete understandings such that the complex problems they are being solved by combining the knowledge and expertise from diverse disciplines. It also encourages the collaborations and the support amongst the researchers. It fosters a holistic approach in order to address various types of challenges which come across while we are solving complex problems. Multidisciplinary research it also promotes innovation, the novelty, the creativity by joining various viewpoints, various methodologies. It also helps the researchers to tackle the real world problem issues which require different dimensional analysis and the solutions. Now, what are the benefits of multidisciplinary research? Innovation and creativity. The combination of various disciplines comes out with new ideas, new approaches, and such it leads to innovative solutions and the breakthroughs. Unconventional connections and the views they can emerge, they can generate s- such that novel research directions and discoveries they drive through. Now, we will be discussing different trends wherein various disciplines join together. First is integration of artificial intelligence and machine learning. Now, what is artificial intelligence? It refers to the simulation of human intelligence in machine. And machine learning, it helps the systems to learn from the data and thereby improve the performance over the period of time. Let's now understand the application of the joint, the combination of artificial intelligence and machine learning in healthcare. Let's talk about medical diagnosis. Artificial intelligence and machine learning algorithms, they analyze the patient data, the medical images, and it helps in accurate diagnosis and personalized treatment plans. Drug discovery. The machine learning models, they can identify the potential drug candidates. It speeds up the discovery process and it optimizes the cost effective drug design. Next is telemedicine. The AI powered, that means artificial intelligence powered chatbots, the virtual assistants, they help to the remote, the power of sitting patients so that they can be taken care of. They offer medical advices and the triage patient. Now, what is triage patients? Triage means the patients which are in urgency of the treatment. Finance. first thing comes fraud detection. It's very, very important. The machine learning algorithms, they can analyze large volumes of financial data so that the fraudulent transactions can be detected and the patterns can be recognized, thereby improving the security of such detection. Risk assessment. AI models can evaluate credit worthiness. How worthy is the model? They predict the market trends, they help in investment decision making, that how what investment we are making, and they help us in deciding whether this investment is going to be fruitful for us or not. Is it risky, or how much risk it involves? Algorithmic trading. The machine learning algorithms, they enable automated trading systems so that the market data can be analyzed and the trade can be executed with good speed and great accuracy. Continuing with the applications of AI and ML in various fields. Now, in transportation, autonomous vehicles. See, we see these days we have self-driven cars, autonomous drones. Such devices, such autonomous vehicles, they improve the safety as well as efficiency. Traffic management. Machine learning models, they can predict traffic patterns, they can optimize the traffic signals and recommend what are the alternative routes to reduce the congestion or the traffic problem. Next is supply chain optimization. The artificial intelligence algorithms optimize the logistics and supply chain operations, thereby they reduce the cost and improve the delivery efficiency. Retail, personalized recommendations. The AI based recommendation systems, they analyze the customer preference. What is the preference of customer, so that his or her personalized product suggestions can be delivered. Inventory management. The machine learning algorithms, they can forecast what is the demand. Thereby, they can optimize the inventory level so that the inventory is not much and the risk management level can be attained and risk assessment can be carried out and the stockouts can be prevented. And one can save oneself from overstocking. Customer service. AI powered chatbots and virtual assistants, they handle customer inquiries, they provide support, and thereby they increase the user experience. When we talk about education, adaptive learning is the first section. AI and ML, they help personalize learning experiences, thereby adapting the educational content so that whatever the student needs, whatever is the preference of student can be delivered to him. Intelligent tutoring system. Now, AI-based tutoring systems, they provide personalized guidance to the individual. They provide the feedback so that the student and the tutor, they can work.
Yeah, I think she's having some technical glitches. We can wait for her to come back.
Oh, ma'am, am I not audible?
Yeah, now you're audible, and your
Oh,
slide.
I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
My slide is my slide is visible, ma'am.
Yeah, please maximize.
Yeah, I'm maximizing.
Thank you.
Is it visible now?
Yes, yes. Visible and audible.
Am I
Such an
audible?
interesting-
Thank you so much, ma'am. Learning
Interesting.
analytics. The machine learning models, they analyze the student data so that the patterns can be identified, the performance can be predicted, and whatever interventions are there in the educational training, they can be optimized. That means with the minimum output input, we can have the maximum good output from the student part. Next, we have collaborative research involving computer science, and other disciplines. Now, collaborative research between computer science and other disciplines, it brings together what? The power of computation. So what is the power of computation? It just, carries out the things faster. And also computation is faster, and the accuracy is more. Speed is more, accuracy is more, efficiency is more. See, we'll see the examples of this collaborative research. First one is bioinformatics. So computer scientists, they collaborate with biologists and the statisticians, and they together analyze the large biological data sets with less time, and they identify the patterns. They develop computational models so that the genomics and proteomics research can be carried out. Now, when we talk about environmental science, the computer scientists work alongside environmental scientists so that the sensor networks can be developed, data analytics algorithms can be developed, and the predictive models for environmental monitoring can be prepared. And after these models are prepared, the climate change analysis can be done and biodiversity conservation can be carried out. Now we talk about social sciences. Computer scientists, they also collaborate with sociologists, psychologists, and the economists to analyze the social media data. They understand the human behavior, predict what is the trend, and such they develop social network analysis methods. See, this is the magic of the combination of computer science with other disciplines. Let's talk about bioinformatics and biotechnology. Cross-disciplinary research in genomics, proteomics, and bioinformatics. I already told you, whenever there is a cross-disciplinary research, that means the research which is taking between two different disciplines, crossing the boundaries of one discipline and reaching another discipline, collaborating the domain specific research from one discipline to another discipline. It always helps in great groundbreaking discoveries. Just like when we talk about medicine, personalized medicine can be also generated. And this is also the advancement in the computational biology. Now we talk about genomics. What is genomics? Genomics is when we focus on the organism's entire DNA sequence. It includes genes, regulatory elements, and non-coding regions. Combine the discipline of genomics with the computers. It combines genetics, molecular biology, and computer science to analyze and understand about the genomic data. Proteomics, it investigates the structure, function, and the interaction of the proteins within a biological system. Similarly, when we combine proteomics with computer systems, then the biochemistry, mass spectrometry, and data analysis can be carried out so that we can identify, we can, understand what are the characteristics and protein expression patterns. Ma'am, am I audible?
Yes, yes.
Okay, thank you. Bioinformatics. Now, what is bioinformatics? It involves the development and application of computational methods. That means it develops first, then applies the computer science for storing, for analyzing, and understanding the biological data. Similarly, when we combine the bioinformatics and computer science, statistics, and biology, it becomes very helpful for the extraction of the useful viewpoints, insights from the large scale genomic and proteomic data sets. Next, we have data analysis. Similarly, if we combine computational algorithms and statistical methods, it will be helpful to analyze and understanding genomic and proteomic data so that the patterns can be discovered, the associations can be made, and the predictive models can be prepared. Systems biology. Now, if we combine genomics, proteomics, and bioinformatics, it allows us a system level understanding of biological processes and their interactions, thereby leading to the development of a complete understandable model. Precision medicine. Similarly, if we combine genomics, proteomics, and bioinformatics, it contributes to a personalized medicine by identifying what are the variations in the particular gene, what are the biomarkers, and what is the target drug for the customized treatment for a particular patient. Let's understand what are the benefits and advancements. Disease research. Such type of cross-disciplinary research, it helps in the discovery of genetic and proteomic markers which are associated with the diseases, leading to the improved diagnostics and targeted remedies. Drug discovery. Now, if we combine genomics and proteomics, it speeds up the identification of potential drug targets, thereby improving the efficiency and the success rate of drug development. Computational tools. Now, the cross-disciplinary research in bioinformatics, it develops the computational tools and the database so that the large-scale genomic and proteomic data sets can be analyzed and can be managed. Collaborative efforts. Cross-disciplinary research, it requires the integration between the geneticists, biologists, bioinformaticians, and the computer scientists so that they can share the knowledge and their expertise. Now, what are the advances in gene editing and synthetic biology? Advances in editing and synthetic biology, they have brought a great revolution in our ability so that we can manipulate and engineer the genetic material. Such technologies, they offer unprecedented opportunity so that the scientific research can be carried out on medicine and biotechnology. Now we have powerful gene editing tool CIRSPRCAS9. It allows precise modification to DNA sequences. It also helps us to target what are the genes which should be knocked out and what are the genes which should be inserted, what are the genes which should be corrected, and it helps us in genetic research and the remedial development of a particular patient. What about the applications? Gene therapy. It helps in correcting the genetic mutations which are responsible for the inherited diseases. When we talk about agriculture, it enhances the features of crops such that the yield is good and the crop is pest resistant and the nutrient content is maintained. Biomedical research, studying the gene functions, disease mechanism, and it also helps in drug discovery. Now, what is synthetic biology? Synthetic biology involves designing and constructing new biological parts, devices, and systems for particular applications. It is the combination of various engineering principles with biology so that novel new biological functions and the organisms can be created. We have good applications, biofuels, everybody knows that engineering, when we engineer the microorganisms, they produce sustainable and renewable fuels. Bioproduction, creating synthetic organisms for the production of pharmaceuticals, chemicals, and materials. Environmental remediation, designing the microorganisms so as to degrade the pollutants which are harmful and clean up the contaminated environments. Moving further, what are the recent advances? Prime editing. What is the use of prime editing? It expands the gene editing toolbox. It helps in precise modifications without requiring DNA breaks. It is very important. It also helps in insertion, deletion, or correction of the genetic material with greater accuracy and diversity. Genome scale engineering. Now, advances in synthetic biology we have already started. It helps the large scale modification of the entire genomes, thereby helping in the creation of synthetic organisms with the desired features. Gene drives. They are synthetic genetic elements which spread specific genes through populations, specifically targeting the disease vectors or those species which are harmful and which are attacking a particular person. Ethical considerations. Now, as these technologies advance, ethical discussions on their applications, potential misuse, and responsible use, they become very important. Responsible research and the control frameworks, they are very necessary to ensure that the gene editing is carried out safely and ethically. Future perspectives. Now, what are the future perspectives? Further advancements in gene editing and synthetic biology, they have promised for the breakthrough in personalized medicine, sustainable agriculture, and environmental conservation. These three are very important. Continued research, interdisciplinary collaboration. This is very important. Interdisciplinary collaboration or multidisciplinary collaboration, it is one and the same thing. And ethical deliberation with a shape which is responsible for the development and deployment of these technologies. Let's talk about sustainability and environmental science. Environmental challenges, they are very complex and they require a multidisciplinary approach. Now, the collaboration among different fields is very important so as we come to a very effective solution. This presentation, it explores the importance and benefits of multidisciplinary approaches. What are the environmental challenges? Rapid climate change, loss of biodiversity, pollution and waste management, deforestation, water scarcity. Now, why we are using multidisciplinary approach? The moment I have started with my PPT, which is multidisciplinary research trends, I am talking time and again about the collaboration of different disciplines, about the cross-disciplinary approach. Why is it so? What is the significance? See, when we talk about environment, the environmental challenges are they are interconnected and they require different types of expertise. So different perspectives, they increase the problem solving and innovation. Collaboration, it also increases the likelihood of successful solutions. What are the key disciplines which are involved when we are talking about the environmental challenges? Environmental science, ecology, climate science, engineering, economics, sociology, policy and governance. Let's take some examples of multidisciplinary approaches. Sustainable development, integrating environmental, social, and economic factors. Next is ecosystem based adaptation. Here we combine ecology, climate science, and engineering to increase the resilience. Circular economy, collaborating across various disciplines so as the waste is minimum and the resource efficiency is promoted. Now, what are the benefits of multidisciplinary approach? Complete understanding of environment challenge, innovative solutions which consider various perspectives, effective implementation of the various policies and the strategies, improved decision making through complete analysis. When we let's talk about one case study, that is urban planning for sustainable cities. So integrating or combining the urban design, the environmental science, engineering and social science. Then creating such cities which are walkable enough. There is improved or efficient transportation system, green spaces, more greenery in the cities, thereby promoting sustainable buildings, renewable energy, and waste management. We all know about these little terms. Now, the research on renewable energy, climate change, and conservation. The pressing need for sustainable solutions to address environmental issues, it has led to an extensive research in renewable energy, climate change, and conservation. Renewable energy research. It focuses on harnessing the sustainable energy sources. What are the sources? Solar, wind, hydro, and geothermal power. It aims to enhance the efficiency, the storage system, and combining renewable energy into the existing systems. This type of research, it includes the advancements in technologies, in policy frameworks, and the economic viability. The climate change research, it examines the what are the causes, what are the impacts, and mitigation strategies for the climate change. It also investigates what is the role of greenhouse gas emission, what is deforestation, how much deforestation is taking place, what industrial activities they are going to take place in changing the climate. Research contributes to understand the climate pattern, modeling future scenarios, and developing the adaptation measures. Now, what is conservation research? Such type of research explores the methods so as we can protect and restore our ecosystem, biodiversity, and natural resources. It also studies the impact of human activities on habitats, their living places, species, and ecosystems. Such type of research, it contributes to the development of such practices which are sustainable, habitat restoration, and conservation strategies. Let's talk about health and medical sciences. The importance of convergence. So, what is convergence? Convergence of medicine, biology, and engineering. They are together. It has brought a great revolution in healthcare and biomedical research. What are the application of in healthcare application? When we combine medicine, biology, and engineering, what are their applications in healthcare? Medical imaging and diagnostics. The development of advanced imaging techniques. These days, we are seeing MRI, CT scan, PET scan for accurate diagnosis. Combination of engineering principles in medical imaging technology. Next is biomedical devices and prosthetics. Prosthetics is what? Which is not? Which is synthetic. Yes. Design and development of artificial limbs, implants, and wearable devices. So, engineering solutions for improved functionality, comfort, and patient outcomes. It's very helpful for the society. Drug delivery systems. So, engineering drug delivery systems for precise targeted treatment. Now, designing micro and nanoscale devices so that we can optimize the drug release, right? So that the drugs can be available to a common man. Tissue engineering and regenerative medicine. Engineering approaches to create functional tissues and organs by integrating biology, engineering, and medical knowledge. Many kinds of regenerative therapies or remedies can be carried out. This is, I guess, same. Precision medicine and personalized healthcare. Precision medicine, what is precision medicine? Precision medicine, it focuses on customizing the medical treatment to an individual's unique characteristics. What are the factors which are being taken into consideration? Genetics, environment, lifestyle, and biomarkers. It aims to deliver the right treatment to the right patient at the right time. See how important it is. It is very precise. Right treatment, right patient, and at the right time. What are the biomarkers? Biomarkers, they identify the specific molecules or the indicators or the symptoms in the body which provide information about the presence of disease, about the growth of disease, and what is the response of treatment. Such biomarkers, they can be genetic, they can be protein based, or they may be related to other biological processes. Data analytics and AI. Very, very important. The role of data analytics and AI, combination of both in precision medicine and personalized healthcare. Utilizing large-scale data analysis and artificial intelligence to derive the insights from various data sources, including genomics, electronic health records, and medical imaging. Predictive models and algorithms help in diagnosis, selection of treatment, and patient monitoring. Patient engagement. It helps the patients to actively participate in the treatment process by providing information, suggestions, and feedback. Shared decision making and self management, which is very important. Educating the patient so that he or she can decide what is right, what is wrong, and manage on its own. Precision medicine. Now, what are the benefits of precision medicine? Early detection of diseases through genetic screening and biomarker analysis. More accurate identification of disease subtypes and risk factors. See, when we detect the disease earlier, then it is very, it becomes very close to save the life of a patient. Targeted treatments. So, prescribing medications and remedies which are based on an individual's genetic profile and disease characteristics. All of us might have noticed when we go for diagnosis, the doctors ask us what is the history. They take the history of the patients. Which medicine is allergic? Which medicine is suitable? So, these factors help the doctors to prescribe the medication and the remedies which are suitable for a particular individual based on the genetic profile, thereby reducing the drug reactions in improve and also improving the effectiveness of the treatment which is carried out. Patient outcomes. Improved patient outcomes and quality of life through individualized treatments and care plans. Yes. Minimizing the failure of treatment and optimizing the healthcare resources. Next, we have social sciences and technology. Interdisciplinary research in sociology, psychology, and technology. Let's first understand what is sociology. Sociology studies human society, social relationships, and institutions. It examines the social structures, the cultural norms, and how people interact with each other, that is, social interactions. Sociological research, it also provides a good foundation to understand the social behavior and what are various societal issues which are being coming into the picture. What about psychology? Psychology focuses on understanding human wisdom, emotions, and behavior. It also examines individual and group psychology, mental processes, and psychological disorders. Psychological research, it offers a good insight into human behavior and the factors which affect it. Let's talk about technology. Technology includes the tools, systems, and the innovations, novelties which are created so as to solve the problems and improve the efficiency. Technological advancements, they have a very important impact on the society, thereby shaping the behavior and changing the society, that is social dynamics. Technology can be a catalyst for social change and may impact the individual and behavior of a group, that is collective behavior. Synergies and benefits. Now, it's very important understanding social behavior. See, interdisciplinary research combines sociological theories, psychological principles, and technological advancements so that a complete understanding can be taken up of a social behavior. Now, insights from sociology and psychology, they inform what should be the design and how we should implement the technologies so that both of them align with the human needs and the social dynamics. Societal implications of technology. Now, the interdisciplinary research, it puts light on the social and psychological implications of the emerging technologies. Both the perspectives, they help us to assess what is the impact of technology on the social relationship, on mental well-being, and ethically how we are getting impacted upon. Now, designing user-centered technologies. This is very important. User-centered technology is very important. So, collaboration between sociology, psychology, and technology, it leads us to the development of user-centered technologies. Now, when we understand human behavior, it helps us designing the technology which is intuitive, which is in reach to everyone, and it also enhances the user experience. Now, what is the impact of social media and digital platform on society? We all are impacted by the social media and the digital platform. Global connectivity. We all understand that social media and digital platforms, they have connected people across the globe, transcending the geographical boundaries. Instant communication is possible. See, where whosoever is sitting overseas, we can connect him or her instantly. We have so good digital platforms. Real-time information can be shared, which really helps us in global collaboration and awareness. Communication and information sharing. Social media, it helps quick and widespread dissemination of the news, opinions, and personal experiences. The individuals, they can connect, they can engage with others on a global scale, thereby fostering virtual communities, democratization of information. So, what is it? Social media platforms, they provide an alternative source of information, bypassing, just crossing the barriers of traditional gatekeepers. User generated content and citizen journalism, it challenges the monopoly of mainstream media. Business and marketing. Social media, it has brought a great revolution in marketing and advertising strategies. Business can reach a larger audience, they can target a specific demographics and receive direct customer feedback. Social activism and awareness. Social media, it plays a crucial role in promoting the social cause and mobilizing communities for activism. It also increases the voice, amplifies the voice, facilitates the grassroots movements, and raises awareness about the social issues. Now, when we talk about mental health and well being, the social media can impact the mental health, which can lead to issues such as social comparison, cyberbullying, and addiction. We get addicted to it. Awareness and responsible use, they are very important for maintaining a healthy relationship with the social media. Privacy and security, it is very important. Social media platforms raise concerns about personal privacy and data security. See, when we use a very good example we have when we use Facebook and we post pictures or some other media on or any other post, the digital platform asks us whether we want to share it with our friends, with family, or everyone. So they really raise concerns about our personal privacy and they secure our data. Next is user data collection. They collect the data, targeted advertising, and online harassment. These three things, they pose significant challenges. Now let's talk about data science and analytics. What is data-driven decision making? It involves using relevant and reliable data to inform and guide business decisions. What does it relies on? It relies on systematic analysis, interpretation, and the application of data so that the organizational strategies can be driven. What are the benefits of data driven decision making? First is improved accuracy and precision. Since they are based on factual information, so they reduce the reliance on intuition and guesswork. It also helps the organizations to make much more accurate predictions, better understand outcomes. Enhanced efficiency and productivity. Such type of data driven decision making, it helps the organizations so that they can identify the inefficiency, streamline the processes, and they can optimize the resource allocation, profile allocation. It also helps in prioritizing the initiatives, thereby reducing the costs and improving the overall operational efficiency of an organization. Strategic insights and innovation. Data analysis provides valuable insights into market, what is the trend of market, what is the customer behavior, and what are the emerging opportunities. It also helps the organizations to identify what are the new avenues for growth, to develop innovative solutions and stay ahead of the competition. Yes, risk mitigation, reducing the risk. So, data driven decision making, when you have data and you are taking decisions on the basis of the data, it helps the organizations to identify and reduce the risk by analyzing that historical data and thereby predicting what are the potential outcomes. It helps proactive decision making and to prepare these strategies which help in risk management. Now, we have collaboration between statisticians, mathematicians, and the domain experts. Who are the statisticians? They specialize in collecting, in analyzing, and interpreting data. They develop statistical models, they design the experiments, and they provide great understanding so that the data driven decisions can be carried out. What about mathematicians? Mathematicians, they explore the small summary type concepts and they can develop mathematical theories. They use mathematical tools so as to create models and solve the real world problems. Now, domain experts, they possess great in-depth knowledge and they have expertise in their specific fields or industries. They understand the context, the challenges, and what are the nuances of the domain in which they are working. What are the benefits of collaboration? Comprehensive problem solving, enhanced analysis and modeling, real world applicability, and interdisciplinary innovation. Let's talk about nanotechnology and material science. What are nanomaterials? Nanomaterials refer to materials which have their structural features at the nanoscale. Now, what is the nanoscale? It is 1 to 100 nanometers. They really possess very good properties such as they have high surface area, they have quantum effects, improved mechanical, electrical, and optical characteristics. Now, what are the key disciplines which are involved in nanomaterials? Material science and engineering, chemistry, physics. Now, advancements in materials for energy, electronics, and healthcare. Energy. Materials advancements contribute to the development of clean and sustainable energy solutions, which is very, very important. Clean energy is required and sustainable energy is also important. So, key areas of progress which include energy storage, solar energy, and energy conversion technology, so that one type of energy can be converted into another type of technology. Advancements in energy storage materials, lithium ion batteries with improved capacity and longer duration, development of solid state batteries for enhanced safety and energy density, exploration of materials for next generation energy storage, such as metal air batteries and supercapacitors. When we talk about electronics, the material advancements, they drive the miniaturization. What is miniaturization? That means reducing the size, performance, and function, but the performance is good and functionality is also good. Key areas include semiconductors, flexible electronics, and nanomaterials. Now, advancements in energy storage materials. Lithium ion batteries, we have already discussed. I think it is repeated. Advancement in semiconductor materials. Development of new materials with improved electrical properties and higher mobility. The combination of novel materials for next generation transistors, which include 2D materials like graphene and transition metal, chalcogenides. Healthcare also, great revolution has been brought in diagnostics, in remedies, and biomedical applications. The key areas include biomaterials, drug delivery systems, and tissue engineering. The development includes that biocompatible and bioactive materials have been developed for implants and prosthetics. Smart materials have been developed for controlled release of drugs and therapeutic agents. Therapeutic means remedial agents. Biomaterials for tissue regeneration and scaffolds in regenerative medicine, the medicines which can be generated again and again. Let's talk about cultural studies and digital humanities. Culture, what culture includes the beliefs, the values, the customs, and the practices of a society or a group. What does it influence? It influences human behavior, social interaction, and societal norms. What is technology? Technology it refers to tools, techniques, the creative things which are being created to solve the problems and improve the efficiency. It influences how the individuals communicate with each other, how they work together, and how they interact with the world. Now, let's understand what is the influence of culture on technology. Cultural values and adoption. See, cultural values and beliefs, they shape the acceptance and adoption of technology. They may align with the challenge with or challenge cultural norms, yes, impacting the reception and use. Right. So, user experience and design. Cultural factors they influence user experience of design, including the language, symbols, and interface preference. The technology designed with the cultural sensitivity, it increases the usability and user satisfaction. So, user satisfaction, we all understand it is very important. Digital preservation and analysis of cultural artifacts. What are cultural artifacts? They include a wide range of objects, which include artworks, manuscripts, historical documents, photographs, and archaeological artifacts. They provide a valuable insight into our history, traditions, and cultural identity. So, digital preservation, digitization. So, digitization is what? It involves capturing high resolution images or creating 3D models using advanced imaging technologies. It helps us in virtual access. It reduces the physical handling and preserves the artifacts for future generations. Metadata and cataloging. So, creating complete metadata and cataloging system and listing systems, it ensures proper organization and accessibility of digitized artifacts. What does it include? Metadata, it includes information about the artifact's origin, how it was originated, what is the history behind it, and what is its importance. Then business and economics. Business includes various aspects such as strategy, operations, marketing, finance, and management. It involves to understand what are the customer needs, to identify the market opportunity, and achieving the organizational goals. Business analytics it plays a very significant role in extracting the views from the data so that the strategic decision making can be driven, efficiency can be improved, and the customer satisfaction, which is the prior most task, it can be enhanced. When we talk about economics, it focuses on the production, distribution, and consumption of goods and services in society. Now, when we analyze the economic indicators and trends, the organizations can make informed forecast, they can assess what is the market risk, and they can optimize the resource allocation. Data analytics. It involves extraction, conversion, and analysis of data so as to understand what are the useful patterns, what is the relation between them, and what is the insight from them. Data analysis it enables the organizations to make such decisions which are data driven, to identify the growth opportunity, and to optimize the business process. That means to put lesser input and have the maximum outcome. Now, what are the integration benefits? Enhanced decision making, improved efficiency, competitive advantage. Now integrating, when we combine business economics and data analytics, it helps the organizations to gain a competitive edge, thereby giving a leverage to the data driven insights so that the market trends are identified, the customer preferences are identified, and the opportunities are being emerged. Multidisciplinary approaches to understand the market trend and consumer behavior. we have a new thing here, anthropology. So anthropology studies human behavior within cultural and historical contexts. It also helps us to understand deep-seated what are the consumer values, the rituals and beliefs. Such research methods such as ethnography, they help us to explore the consumer culture and enable the businesses to design culturality and the relevant products and the services. Now, education and technology. See, education is very important and the technology is taking place in a very fast pace. So when we combine education and technology, it is very important. Now, concluding my talk, technology plays a crucial role in facilitating multidisciplinary research. Advances in computing power, data analytics, and artificial intelligence, they have enabled researchers to tackle complex problems more efficiently. Integration of technologies such as machine learning, virtual reality, big data analysis, they have opened new avenues for interdisciplinary collaboration. The collaboration and knowledge sharing across the disciplines, they are very important for addressing the complex challenges and driving creativity. This presentation highlights the importance of interdisciplinary collaboration, the benefits it brings to research, problem solving, and advancement. Collaboration across the disciplines allows for a complete, understandable approach to problem solving. Each discipline brings unique perspectives, the methodologies, and expertise to the table. Now, by combining these diverse viewpoints, the researchers can gain a deeper understanding of the complex issues and they can develop more effective solutions. Thank you so much, everyone.